All right, so we're going to get into this Miami Dolphins New England Patriots post game. So make sure you hit that subscribe button for more New England Patriots news. Click that notification bell and like this video. So we got Matthew Judon commenting on the game, his presser, and I'm going to give my thoughts on the game as well. Now, I had to rewatch some of the game, the second half of the game this morning because I get up at 4 a.m., man. I get up at 4 a.m. for work, so I had to rewatch some of the game, and the offensive line for me, I don't know if it's a trend in the NFL because it was the same thing or defenses are just that great, but defenses are getting to our quarterback, surrounding, blowing through, and just getting to Mac Jones and pressuring him. And Mac Jones has handled it decently, but I would like to see him do a little bit better. But I don't know what's going on. We're definitely going to have to shore up our offensive line. But that has been seen to be a trend throughout the NFL. That was my takeaway of that game specifically. Obviously, the Demario Douglas fumble, which he got benched. I'm going to get into that in another video. But that hurt. Not really being able to run the ball, not really being able to move the ball at all. That was a big time struggle. And there are going to be a lot of questions surrounding Mac Jones, which we're also going to get into. So let's get into what Matthew Judon is talking about in this one. Matthew Judon opens his presser with a statement on the 0-2 start saying this is not a bad team. We're not just going to be a pedestrian team that lets people score on us and we don't score. But that seemingly to be what is happening in this point. So Matthew Judon goes on to say, quote, I know we lost. I know it looks bad. You're 0-2. You start 0-2, but this is not a bad team. So don't get to asking those types of questions. We're going to speak matter of fact, but I don't think we're about to hang up our head in the locker room. So when we come back tomorrow and we watch the film, we're going to get our corrections corrected. Then we come back on Wednesday and it's going to be, how y'all going to pull it together? We already know how, end quote. I hope you guys do know how, because when I look at the tape over the last 2 weeks, I don't know how you're going to be able to pull it together. One of the biggest things, and this is going back to the offensive line issues that I have with it, and it's almost unfair to this team and the Mac Jones and the offensive line, but all we have to compare is the last 20 years of Tom Brady. So when I look at the 20 years with Tom Brady, and we see how disciplined the line was, and we see how undisciplined this line is, I ask, is it coaching or is it the quarterback? Obviously, coaching is going to play a major role in that particular situation, but it's almost glaring to see that once Tom Brady left, we all of a sudden became this undisciplined team. We getting holding calls in critical situations. We getting illegal blocks in the back in critical situations. We getting false starts in critical situations. It's insane. Once the Dolphins went up 10-3, we need a touchdown in that moment. They're up 17-3. We need a touchdown. We cannot afford to have plays being called back, which we had some good plays, and they just got called back because there was a hold. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And I constantly say all the time, we don't really have number one wide receivers, and we don't. I see Mike Evans went crazy over there, 6 catches for 171 and a touchdown, and the Tampa is thinking about paying him or not paying him. I would like to trade for him. I would like to try to go and grab that guy. We need a guy like him on his team. However, with Bill O'Brien calling the offense, and the offense is moving in the right direction, but it's still struggling. That is what I notice right now. And we obviously, like I said, we need a guy like Mike Evans. We need a number one, but we have playmakers on this team. Like I said before, we have a bunch of number twos masquerading as number ones, but Kendrick Bourne is a playmaker, and he can become a true number one receiver if we put the ball in his hands more. The problem is we can't really get the ball to him as much because the offensive line are blowing assignments. The quarterback is getting pressured. Mac Jones either underthrows it or overthrows it. That interception he threw, that was an underthrow. So there are a lot of questions surrounding this team. There are a lot of questions surrounding Mac Jones. Those are my takeaways. So we're going to get into this one particular paragraph right here. It says the Patriots had a chance to orchestrate another game-tying drive with little over 2 minutes left in regulation, but it ended with a turnover on downs after Cole Strange came up just short following an impromptu lateral toss from Mike Gesicki. We got to just play how we play in the second half from the first play. We got to get the crowd involved from the get-go. Like when we come out there on the field, when we take the field, it's got to have some type of energy. We got to have some type of juice. We can't wait until we're down 17. We can't wait until we're down 13 to try to make a comeback. It's too hard in this league. It's too hard in this league. People are too good. Schemes are too good that you don't have enough time. So you can't play from behind. You can't come out here and have slow starts. And I think that we're going to have to do to get it corrected in a faster start. That's what Mike Gesicki said. And this kind of plays into what I said last week about us playing quicker. When we went into our basically 2-minute offense with like 3 to 4 minutes left in the first half, we started actually moving the ball down the field. However, penalties cost us and we weren't able to punch it in. But we need to move the offense like that more effectively. Let me know what you guys think about the Patriots versus the Dolphins week 2. We lost 24-17. Let me know down in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next clip.